Number 3 says, Tristan and Jacob also live on a farm and raise pigs and chickens. There are a total of 425 animals. Okay, so we know we have 425 animals on the farm. If you count the legs on the farm, there are 1,120. There are 1,120 legs on the farm. How many pigs live on the farm? How many chickens live on the farm? Okay, so we can write our sentences and we can say, you can use whatever letter you want to. I'm going to use P because I have pigs, and I'm going to use C for chickens. And we need to think, and you read the very last sentence is usually like a good idea. The very last sentence will help you figure out how to write your sentence. So what they want to know is how many pigs live on the farm. So P is really going to be the amount of pigs on the farm. Okay, and C is going to be for our chickens. So chickens is going to be then, and I'm going to write it a little bit different, but they can be the exact same other than pigs and chickens. Okay, so the number of chickens on the farm. Okay, there are lots of different words you can use. You don't have to write anything like what I'm writing, okay? But it should say the amount, okay, or the number. We're not talking about their weight. We're not talking about how many are bought. We want to know how many live on the dang farm. Okay, so now we're ready to write our systems of equations, okay? So if we go back through and we start looking, it says there are 425 animals on the farm. Okay, so I want you to think, what kind of animals are on Jacob and Tristan's farm? Okay, well, we know that there's pigs and chickens. So we could say P plus C, and we got pigs and chickens on this farm. And there are a total of 425 pigs and chickens on the farm total. Okay, and the next part is my favorite because everybody gets screwed up. So if you count the legs on the farm, there are 1,120. Okay, so we know that there's 1,120. How do we set this up? Okay, and don't be one of the people. Don't do it, okay? But I always get a nice chuckle out of it. How many legs does a pig have? Okay, well, a pig's got 4 legs, so we can say 4P plus how many legs does a chicken have? That's where everybody screws it up.
2.
Yeah, a chicken has 2 legs, okay? Those little, like, I don't even know, does chickens have those? I don't feel like they do. They just have wings. Maybe they do. I don't freaking know. I don't live on a farm. I'm not really sure. Okay? So we could say 2C, okay? 4 legs on a pig plus 2 legs on a chicken would give me, and however many chickens and pigs I have would give me that 1,120. Okay, the next one says, Diana and Xavion are running a busing business. They rent out small buses and large buses. Okay, they rented 5 small buses. Well, there's a number, so we know this is probably going to be important. 5 small buses and 3 large buses that held a total of 195 people on Friday. On Saturday, they rented 2 small buses and 10 large buses that held a total of 430 people. How many people can a small bus hold? How many people can a large bus hold? Okay, so the very first part is going to be defining our variables, okay? So we know we're going to have small buses and large buses. So we can say S and L. Okay? Now, are we looking for the number of buses? Are we looking for how much a bus costs? How many people can fit on a bus? How many people were on the bus? Okay, so you need to think about what your variables should actually be. Okay, and you can always look in the very last sentence. Okay, so we can look at the very last sentence. It says, how many people can a large bus hold? So what we're looking for is the amount of people a small, and it's very important to write that word, small bus holds. Okay, our L is going to be the number, and you could write them the exact same, the number of people, we could say, that can fit on a large bus. Okay, and I forgot to tell you guys, but if you haven't figured out, there's a text box on your canvas, and if you don't want to write all of this, you can click the little text box and type it instead of write it. I know, you're probably like, what the heck is problem 4? You could have told me. Okay, so we want to write our systems of equations, okay? So, go back through. Okay, so I got 5 small buses, so we're going to say 5S plus 3 large buses, 3L, holds a total, okay, total means equals, so it holds a total of 195 people. Okay, and then it says on Saturday they rented 2 small buses, so it's going to be 2S plus 10 large buses, holds a total of 430 people. Hopefully you guys are starting to get the hang of it. I tried to put, so I'm going to do 1 through 5, and then you guys will do 5 through 10. I tried to create them kind of the same type of scenarios, okay? So when you're doing yours, after I do 5, 6, you could kind of look at it and say, well, has she done any other questions that kind of look like 6? If you're really lost as far as like how to write this stuff out, okay?